hope everybody, I hope you can hear me. If not, somebody say something. All right. When I married Julie, she was just 17, pretty as the answer to any man's dreams. From the start I gave Julie all the love that I had. Everyone told me that Julie was bad. Julie liked parties and clothes that fit tight, drinking and dancing around late at night. She's everything evil with the face of a child. I sat home and waited while Julie went wild. Julie went wild. I built me an empire with my own two hands, with money and power to break any man. But with all my possessions, all my power and gold, Julie was the one thing I couldn't control. I gave Julie all my money could buy, begged her to love me, but she wouldn't try. She only laughed and she'd walk out the door. Each night she heard me, made me love her more. I love her more. Now I'm locked in this room, Lord, they say I'm insane. I guess that I'll never see my Julie again. I'm a man with a heart and a tormented soul, and a mind that my Julie drove out of control. Out of control, out of control. All right. Could you hear that? Anybody? I guess so. Thanks for hanging out, anybody that's watching. My name is Mike Gaumer, and I'm coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland, on the Preston Thompson Facebook page. I'm going to be hanging out here, playing a couple songs for a little while, talking about my guitar, talking about my band, and I'd be pleased to have any of you sticking around. I hope it sounds okay. If it doesn't, put something in the comment section and I'll fix it. I don't know how these guys, all the stuff going on with the virus has made it strangely, has made available a lot of music on live shows like this and access to musicians that I really like. But anyway, I watch a lot of them and they all make it seem easy and seamless, and I feel like this is difficult to control. Screens here and cameras there, but I'm going to do my best. But if I'm messing something up, somebody mention it in the comments. I'm going to do an Alan Jackson song here for you. light bulb hangs over my bed. There's one lonely pillow on my double bed. I've got a ceiling, a floor, and four walls. Who says you can't have it all? My room's decorated with pictures of you. Your letters, wallpaper, this shrine to the blues. I've got precious memories at my beck and call. Who says you can't have it all? I've got everything a broken heart needs. Oh, I'm doing fine, don't you worry about me, 'cause I'm Lord and Master of a fool's Taj Mahal. Oh, who says you can't have it all? I've got everything a broken heart needs. Oh, I'm doing fine, don't you worry about me, 'cause I'm Lord and Master of a fool's Taj Mahal. Oh, who says you can't have it all? Oh, who says you can't have it all? All right, that's Alan Jackson for you. Thanks for hanging out. Again, my name is Mike Gaumer. I am responsible for the bluegrass band Old Town Flood. And I feel extremely lucky to be hanging out here on Preston Thompson's guitar page. I am a big fan of Preston and his company and his guitars especially. For those of you who don't know, it is a guitar builder out on the west side in Sisters, Oregon. And Preston Thompson, who founded the company, is no longer with us. He passed away a few months ago, very sadly, but luckily for us and luckily for musicians, he left behind a blueprint and a shop of fantastic people and builders to carry on the tradition of his sound through these guitars. I feel very lucky to have one. I grew up in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, which is where I learned how to bluegrass and where I learned how to play guitar. And it is a place also known to have a decent guitar builder, Martin Guitar, which is basically the original kings of building guitars. And I remember Preston used to talk about how his goal was to emulate what those guys were doing in their 30s and 40s style guitars. And so he created his style based off of Martin guitars and what they built. I'm going to keep playing songs here. This is a Tony Rice song. Not a Tony Rice song originally, but one that he made famous and where I learned it. was standing by the highway with a sign that just said mother, when he heard a driver coming about a half a mile away. So he held the sign up higher so no decent soul can miss it. It was 10 degrees or colder down by Boulder Dam today. He was raised up in Milwaukee, though he never was that famous. He was just a road musician, to the taverns he would go, singing songs about rambling, loving girls and gambling. How the world fell on his shoulders back in Boulder, I don't know. It was out in Arizona when he heard that lady listening to each word that he was saying, to each line that he would write. So he sat down by her table and they talked about the weather, 98.6 and rising down by Boulder Dam that day. And she told him she would take him for a ride in the morning sun. Back in Boulder, he had told her, I don't know when I had a better friend. Now he's traded off his Martin, those troubles are not over, for his feet are nearly frozen and the sun is sinking low. Won't you listen to me, brother, if you ever loved your mother, please pull off on the shoulder if you're going Milwaukee way. It's 10 degrees and getting colder down by Boulder Dam today. Alright. This is my opportunity to sell Old Town Flood merchandise to all of you out there listening and watching. Feel free to go to oldtownflood.com, buy yourself a CD, a shirt, a hat, a poster, or my summertime favorite, the koozie. So let me tell you about this guitar. It is a rosewood guitar, Madagascar rosewood, and Adirondack top. And I got it back in 2017. I was looking for a guitar. I was in the market, and I saw Jake Workman, who plays for Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder at the moment, playing one of these, and I didn't know about it, so I started doing my research and tried to find a shop that had them that I can play. And at that time, they've expanded since, but being a small builder, they weren't available to go pick up off the rack at a music store and play, at least for me here in Maryland. So I sent an email to the shop, and Preston answered, and I had a wonderful dialogue with him in email about his approach to building and about his approach to sound and their attention to detail. And so it's very intriguing. So I ended up going to a place where I could play several of their guitars alongside some of the other good makers, and I did that at a conference called International Bluegrass Music Association, which is held in Raleigh, North Carolina every year. And I played a bunch of Preston's guitars. And played this one a lot. And got to do a lot of chatting with him, and I just think he's a wonderful person. I feel bad, I wish he was still here, but I'm glad we can carry his tradition on with these guitars. But anyway, I didn't have intentions of going to the festival and coming home with a guitar, but I did, and I do believe I was set up a little bit, because while I was at the expo and playing this guitar, and I would take it back to the hotel room and all that, but he would always have somebody come up and play it when I was standing there. And at first it was Trey Hensley, then it was Chris Luquette, then it was Molly Tuttle. And if you're not into bluegrass guitar, or guitar in general, you don't know who those people are, they are at the top of the game. And I believe they were planted. And I figured if I buy that guitar, I'm going to sound exactly like they do. And it turns out I don't. And that it has something to do with the player. But I do my best to sound like them. Old Town Flood released an album back in October, like I said. And just like I think a lot of other bands right now, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do next. We had intentions of making new music today. Not today, around this time, to get it released. And all the nonsense going on has kept us from doing that, but that's totally okay. We'll get there eventually. But I'm going to try a new song that we're going to record when we get around to it and when it's safe. Songwriting is the best part of this whole thing for me. I find it to be extremely therapeutic and relieving, and it's just a nice thing. This is a song that I wrote about stress and anxiety, and I hope you pick up the vibe from it. I can't wait to do it with the full band because those guys are really going to pull the emotion out of it. This is a song called The Elephant. Numbers all alone through the darkness, leaving footprints in the ground so deep and wide. No regard for the trees or the leaves of misery, just a path of destruction left behind. Just a path of destruction you can't hide. Hide, you can cover up your eyes. No escape or peaceful break that you will find from the monster in the wild with the pulse of everything, headed where he's headed selfishly. Numbers all alone through the darkness, leaving footprints in the ground so deep and wide. No regard for the trees or the leaves of misery, just a path of destruction left behind. Destruction you can't hide. Pushing down the road desire with the strength of man of fear and going well. But you'll try, you'll try, put your faith in God, hoping that the monster passes by. He lumbers all alone through the darkness, leaving footprints in the ground so deep and wide. No regard for the trees or the leaves of misery, just a path of destruction left behind. Just a path of destruction you can't hide. Yeah, so that's a new song we haven't recorded yet. It's called The Elephant. If you have a chance to check us out, do me a favor and find us on one of the social media outlets out there. We're on all of them. And click the like and follow and all that stuff. doing us a solid. But also, find us on Spotify and follow us there. Or Pandora, or Apple Music, all those guys, we're out there. I'm going to get back to doing some country music from the early 2000s, which is my favorite country music. And I have a little girl named Mary. She's 9 months old, and we have a routine of playing guitar and singing songs basically every night. The good news is she can't go anywhere if she doesn't like it. But this is one of her favorite songs, one of my favorites too. It's by Dina Carter. Working through college, my grandpa's farm. He was thirsting for knowledge. He had a car. I was caught somewhere between a woman and a child. One restless summer we found love growing wild on the banks of the river on a well-beaten path. It's funny how those memories, they last like strawberry wine. 17, the hot July moon saw everything. My first taste of love, whoa, bittersweet, green on the vine, like strawberry wine. I still remember 30 was old. My biggest fear was September. He had to go. Oh, a few cards and letters and one long distance call. We drifted away like the leaves in the fall. But year after year we come back to this place just to remember the taste of strawberry wine. 17, the hot July moon saw everything. My first taste of love, whoa, bittersweet, green on the vine, like strawberry wine. Fields have grown over now, years since I've seen this place. There's nothing time hasn't touched. Is it really him or the loss of my innocence? I've been missing so much, yeah. Like strawberry wine, 17, the hot July moon saw everything. My first taste of love, whoa, bittersweet, green on the vine, like strawberry wine. There you go. Dina Carter, strawberry wine for Mary. The thing that I'm finding hardest to do here is decide whether or not I'm supposed to look right at the camera when I'm singing or look out the window, which is what I think I've been doing. That's pretty comfortable. Or look this direction, I'm not sure, but I've been avoiding looking at the camera. Not sure if that's the right way to do it or not. What am I doing next? I'm gonna do another. I'm gonna do a few songs here off of the album. This one was requested by my good friend Mike down in Jersey. The Champ, they call him. This is one off the album. It's called Lessons of a Broken Heart. She won't marry, she's never been in love. She's not strong enough to find it all alone. She needs someone to praise her constantly, to cover up her insecurities. He's just a fool to keep her satisfied. She use him up then move on down the line. Don't give your love away right from the start. These are the lessons of another broken heart. Felt just like the leaves in the fall, when the summer air cools off and the wind begins to moan. For a girl he barely knew but had it all, and the bluest eyes the boy had ever saw. He's just a fool to keep her satisfied. She used him up then move on down the line. Don't give your love away right from the start. These are the lessons of another broken heart. Moving like a puppet on a string, with a smile or a wink for anything she needs. His innocent and unsuspecting stare, blinded by golden colored hair. He's just a fool to keep her satisfied. She use him up then move on down the line. Don't give your love away right from the start. These are the lessons of another broken heart. There you go, that's a song I wrote maybe a year or so ago, called Lessons of a Broken Heart. Find it on our Spotify, or you can buy an album off our website, oldtownflood.com, where you can also get yourself a koozie just in time for summer. Do your social distancing, drink a cold one, eat a hot dog, listen to Old Town Flood. Whew! That sounds good. I'm going to do a couple more for you. There's a lot of ways. I've seen a lot of people doing these live shows. The musicians are working hard. I am not someone who has lost income in these difficult times, but there's a lot of people that have, a lot of venues, a lot of musicians, and there's a lot of ways to help support them if you're able. I think the best way to do it is to go on and buy some merch from their sites, buy a shirt, buy a CD, follow them on all their social media pages. but then you can also donate directly to them. There's one that I've been involved with called Health and Music, and I forgot to put a link to it here, but we've been making a lot of videos and collaborations with a bunch of different musicians from all over the country, getting together and doing a collaboration to put a song together in hopes that we can raise money, and half of it will go to any of the musicians that play on these tracks that have lost income, and the rest will go to supporting a foundation to help fight this COVID-19 thing, to be named later. It'll be split in half. So if you're able and you'd like to give a couple bucks, you can go onto my personal page, Michael Gaumer, right there, and it's pretty much plastered all over my feed. I'm going to keep playing some music here. I got a couple more for you. Thank you for hanging out with me. This has been a lot of fun. I appreciate Preston Thompson Guitars, what they do for music, what they do for guitars, and what they do for musicians, giving us an opportunity to play like this. This is another one off the album. It's called One Way Train. It's been a long day of fighting with you, honey. We started slow and moved from bad to worse, digging in to reach a grand achievement. You'd admit how bad you've been to me. I listen to your voice, but I can't hear what you are saying, unless it starts with "baby, you were right." I'm deaf because I sacrificed my reason to win this lover's war with you tonight. I'll wait here at the station, pack your bags and don't be late. I'll greet you with a smile when you arrive. I won't meet you in the middle, it's too late for compromise. There's a one-way train between your heart and mine. The urge to prove the point has left me blinded to the loving care and faith that we have shared. In this moment of emotion I have thrown it all away and stand my ground and fight with disregard. We're past the point of rational assessment, or the one thing that has made us enemies. I can't put my foot down now without stepping on a pile of empty shells from shots you took at me. Wait here at the station, pack your bags and don't be late. I'll greet you with a smile when you arrive. I won't meet you in the middle, it's too late for compromise. There's a one-way train between your heart and mine. It's been a long day of fighting with you, honey. We started slow and moved from bad to worse, digging in to reach a grand achievement. You'd admit how bad you've been to me. Wait here at the station, pack your bags and don't be late. I'll greet you with a smile when you arrive. I won't meet you in the middle, it's too late for compromise. There's a one-way train between your heart and mine. one-way train. Do I got any comments here? I guess I didn't do a good job of looking at them. And I'm not even sure how to do it. Oh, this black eye. A lot of people ask me about my black eye. I was playing, my daughter Mary has gotten extremely good at peekaboo. And so the stakes are raised and you have to really dig in and commit to playing that game. And so I dove behind the island in the kitchen to a space that was already occupied by the corner of a bar stool. And so now I have this black eye. It was worth it. She found me. Wrong key. I'm going to do one more song off the album here and then I'm going to call it quits. It's been a lot of fun playing with you guys. Thank you very much to Preston Thompson and Christine and the crew out in Oregon. Doing a hell of a job with these guitars. My name is Mike Gaumer. I am part of Old Town Flood. We're going to be putting some new music out very soon. So please like all of our social medias, follow us on Spotify and any way you listen to music, we're on all of them, but check us out and give us a follow there. I'd really appreciate that. Special thanks to Danny Stewart Jr. who plays bass in the band. Jack Dunlap plays mandolin. Haley Steltner plays a 5-string banjo. And my guy Henry Johns plays the dobro. They're all incredible musicians and I'm extremely grateful for them to help me put this band together and get it off the ground and record a full-length album and put it out there that people are listening to. I never would have thought that could happen for me and I'm extremely proud of it. I think it's very cool. I'm going to play the song next that is a cover that we did of an old country song. That is the one that people seem to listen to the most. It's called 2 Dozen Roses. I brought flowers to your door last night. I done you wrong and I want to make it right. You said I'm not welcome here. I know it ought to be perfectly clear, but I can't help but wonder what it might be like if I had 2 dozen roses. Change your mind. If I could cry a little harder and get a little less sleep at night, if I had 2 dozen roses, would it change your mind? Oh, I must have been a fool back then. Something that you never get again. I've done all that I know to do, second guess my every move, but I can't help but think of what it might be like if I had 2 dozen roses and an older bottle of wine. If I really could find the moon, change your mind. If I could cry a little harder and get a little less sleep at night, if I had 2 dozen roses, would it change your mind? thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you very much. Check out OldTownFlood.com and check us out on Spotify. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Preston Thompson Guitars. Catch y'all soon.